welcome back once again to Sports Bar, the show that gets you talking. Here joined by the most biased panel, as usual. I have my main man Sam and Kage, as well as me, Tebza. Discussing the review for week 5 of the Barclays Premier League. One weekend we can definitely say for sure was full of good and bad results. But I'm gonna start.
I see you.
I'm gonna start.
I see you.
I'm gonna come back to you. Defending champions. Kage has been very vocal about us starting with him, but I think for this week, let's leave the best for last. Sam, I'm gonna come to you. Liverpool, Manchester United, great game. Great game.
Great 45 minutes.
Yeah, first half was terrible.
It was terrible. I will admit that it was terrible showing. I don't know if it was on our part because we expected Liverpool to come at us. And when they set up originally, I thought they were going to come. They played Danny Ings, only that they shoved him up on the wing, which is just... It's a waste.
Danny Ings changed his play.
No, but that wing is going to look poor.
That championship in him came out. Wow.
I do think if you put him up next to Benteke up front, it's similar to if you put up Arona Kone next to Romelu Lukaku up front. You know, like you're just gonna look better. You're gonna look better because you're gonna have more chances. At the wing, you're asking him. He doesn't have that much pace as the pace to beat a player. And Darmian is a great defender. He just looked exposed, and they had to resort to long balls, and it just looked really bad.
I mean, I think they gave you guys the game though. So
they did.
Outside of giving you guys the game, what were your guys' positives?
So the positives, there were a few. One, we played without Rooney and still scored 3 goals. You know, though I will say that the sort of goals, so obviously they're not coming from the flow of the game, they're coming from dead ball situations. You know, like that's not a great thing. You're looking from goals, especially when you're holding possession. You want goals coming from free flow play. I mean, a great finish by Daley Blind. You know, that's a great one from the training ground. You know what I mean? Like that's so those sort of goals are great for motivating, but it still doesn't say we've got the answer yet in terms of goals. We don't have that answer in terms of goals. Just because of what we saw, but as a whole, great exciting moments. David De Gea for me was the standout player.
What did you make of Memphis's display?
Listen,
legs like a racehorse. That's what you see.
The
next Ronaldo.
He still has the legs like a racehorse.
Right.
I just think he's starting to feel the difference. So you were making a joke with Ings Championship Premier League. I think he's feeling the difference between the Dutch first, the Dutch Premier League versus the English Premier League. I think he's just feeling it, and for me, what he's lacking is what Tony Marshall showed. The boldness to take on a player. He doesn't do enough of that.
Lovren aided and abetted.
Skirtle was nowhere. He did, but you gotta give him for the boldness to take him on. Like everyone would have said, Skirtle, let me not take him on. Let me look for another player to pass. But this kid takes the ball and runs at him, which is what Memphis can do.
I'll tell you what stood out for me in that wonderful goal by Martial.
Right? Thank you for calling it wonderful.
The
Wonder Kid.
No, it was a wonderful goal, but Martial didn't have a lot of options to give away the ball. He didn't have a lot of passing options around him when he took that goal on. So that adds. So if a player is in a position, a young player especially, is in that kind of position, and he has passing options, more often than not,
he passes.
They'll take that option,
which is what I think Memphis has done too much of. But
I just think Martial has been poor, but Memphis has been poor. I think Martial, apart from the goal, he had a terrible 20 minutes that he got. Apart from the goal, he was really nowhere in that game.
He did.
But strikers are brought on to score goals, and
that's what he did. Okay. Unlike your strikers, who gave away how many chances did they squander?
Sorry, I thought we won. I thought we won.
They won 2-0.
Didn't we do that?
Is that a win, really? So you can win 2-0. But is it a win when you're squandering so many opportunities? Would you not be concerned?
That is a concern.
Okay.
But you see, as long as we're winning, it's irrelevant.
All right.
That's what you need to understand.
I'll remind you these words next week.
You do that. I called it when we spoke about this last time.
All right.
I said it's going to be 2-0 Arsenal.
You did say that.
I did say it was going to be 2-0 Arsenal.
Should have been more.
Granted, we did squander 25 chances. We had 25 chances at goal, which does prove our our thirst and need for a quality striker. Now, that in mind, it doesn't mean that these guys, this is room for improvement. All right, they just need to find their feet. Once they find their feet,
how much room? I mean,
Giroud.
I'm thinking
Giroud can find his feet.
Giroud's probably that much room for improvement, and Theo Walcott probably that much. They can't get better than they are. They're close to the ceiling. Yeah,
wow,
we're talking about a ceiling.
They're playing at their max. I'm not gonna go there, guys.
This is them at
0%. We controlled the game start to finish. Stoke probably had a shot at goal if they had any at all. And you speak like Stoke is not a good team. They are a strong side.
They're finding their new image. They don't want to hold on to their old image as the defensive kings and all of that.
That image will stay. They will forever be the yardstick by which we measure the quality of foreign players.
Of toughness.
Can you do it on a cold night?
So now let's move on to the defending champions. You said, I want to quote, Kage said last time, and I will play the clip by the way. You said, I want to say it with my chest. That's what he said. And he puffed out his chest, just like I'm doing now. Like this loss, if it is a loss, what do you think that would do for your title chances? I know it's a bit early.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit early to talk about for your title chances. Would it dent?
Look, and I'll say this with my chest.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll lose. I think we're going to beat Everton.
Kage, just sounds like
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
No, I'll tell you getting this though.
I'll tell you why. I've got no words.
This is where we are.
I've got no words because this escapes. It's outside the realm of reason. So to try and bring some kind of reasonable analysis as to what's happening, is beyond me. Because 5 months ago we won the league.
Yeah.
These guys didn't become bad players overnight.
Yeah. No, that's
so any kind of speculation from my end will force me to be reasonable, and reason doesn't apply to this situation. Our problems are far bigger than Ivanovic. They can't be solely pinned on
one player.
Fabregas is poor, Hazard is non-existent, Diego Costa is not playing well, but I think that's more to do with the low tempo that we're playing with. Right. John Terry is out of sorts. Cesar is also looking average. Matic is being overworked. So it's a collective thing, but the only thing that gives me hope is that Mourinho did say that our conditioning program in terms of fitness was designed with us peaking towards the latter stages of competitions.
Okay.
The concern, of course, is
it could be too late.
It could be too late to salvage.
I mean, 11 points. 11 points.
And I'm about to be 13. Go
I posted on. No.
Go on.
No. The buck stops here.
We'll get to that.
All right. We'll get to that. But what was I saying? Yes, that it could be a bit too late to try put on a league defense.
Okay, here's the question though. How do you begin to turn it around? I think no one doubts the quality of player you have. The question is, how do you get that quality of player to start?
I'm actually going to say that I do doubt some quality.
I
doubt that.
Exactly. I think they lost their pride.
Some of them.
What do you mean?
Terry's done.
Terry's gone.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, but I mean,
since Fabregas has no pace and he's not. Listen.
No, but Sis is under 30. Hazard under 30.
I've told you. I've told you.
Matic under 30. Pedro under 30.
From the beginning.
Under 30.
Hazard has never been a quality player.
Blasphemy.
And he's exposing himself.
Blasphemy.
You've been overrated.
Blasphemy.
For a very long time.
How is it? He was head and shoulders above everybody last season.
Was it a hurricane? Was it like a hurricane?
How dare you? I told you. How dare you?
I'm joking. I don't agree with them.
What do you mean?
They said he's on the level of Ronaldo.
Okay,
Lionel Messi.
That's
what they said.
It was Jose being Jose.
Yeah, he was trying to put some fire
in context. His full quote was that Hazard in this moment has been better than Ronaldo because Hazard's team has won a trophy, whereas Cristiano's team had not won a trophy.
Okay.
So don't misconstrue what.
It's out of context. But here's my thing. I just think your big name players. It doesn't seem like none of them. So last year, beginning of the season, Arsenal Football Club looked pretty bad. Alexis Sanchez took that team and said, "I will carry you all and show you guys how to play soccer." And the rest of them decided after some time, guys, we can't just keep letting
No,
this guy score all the goals.
we'll turn it around. I think
Hazard needs to do that.
Who's gonna do that?
That's what I'm saying. Hazard needs to do that.
in all honesty, that has to lie squarely on the shoulders of the coach. In all honesty,
but-
I think Mourinho has to take full responsibility first and foremost.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's just it's the atmosphere.
It's the whole team through.
Yeah, so
is the whole team
it
through.
filters, and it has to filter from the top down. So I think Jose will turn it around. He'll stay.
Well, that's week 5 review. Looking back at the weekend that had just passed, and join us again for the week 6 preview. We'll be right back.